Hey, it's Mr. Allred, and we're doing a practice problem for rational functions. I'm graphing them. So the function we have here is f of x equals numerator x plus 2 over x squared minus x minus 12. So with all these problems, I always look at the domain first. And domain means looking at the denominator. So I'm going to set x squared minus x minus 12 not equal to 0. This is factorable. It's x minus 4 times x plus 3. So my domain will not include 4, and it will not include negative 3. So finding that domain allows me to determine that my vertical asymptotes are x equals 4 and x equals negative 3. So I'm going to place them on my graph before I continue, just so I don't forget about them, and also because I'm happy that I found them. Okay. Now I also need to find my horizontal asymptotes if they exist. So I'm going to look at the exponent on top and the exponent on the bottom. So review your notes here if need be. I'll have an x to the first on top and an x squared on bottom. So that's m equals 1 for the top, n equals 2 for the bottom. M is less than n. 1 is less than 2. So that means my horizontal asymptote is 0. So go back and look at those three choices we have when dealing with horizontal asymptotes. And also remember, if we have a horizontal, we can't have an oblique, so I don't need to check that. So I'm going to plug in or draw out my y equals 0. Now I have three sections, so I need points that kind of help me determine what's going to happen. This may look a lot like another practice problem we did. But I have a vertical asymptote at negative 3, so I need a number a little bit less than negative 3 and a number a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use negative 4 and negative 2. And then my other vertical asymptote is at 4, so I need a number a little bit less than 4, so 3, and a little bit bigger than 4 would be 5. Now I'm sure these are fractions, so I'm going to, first of all, clean up that negative 4. But I'm going to pause the video while I plug these numbers in and to the original function up here and calculate the y values, and I'll be right back. You do the same. Okay, so I've calculated my y values. So we're going to try and use these to graph the function, and we're going to do the tails first. So when I plugged in negative 4, I got negative 1/4, which is below that horizontal asymptote. So I'm going to put the point there, and I'm going to have my graph hug both of these on the bottom side. When I plugged in 5 for the other tail, I got 7/8. You get something different, no problem. Just reach out and let me know. I can either help you get the right thing or I can correct myself. But when I plug in the 5 and 7/8 for x and y, I get something on the top of the graph, so I'm going to make it hug the top portion over there. The middle part, okay, so when I plugged in negative 2, I got 0. That doesn't help me a whole lot narrow things down because I'm right there where I could go up or down. So let's see what the other one does. At 3, I have negative 5, 6. Well, not to say that it definitely goes down there, but as we go to the right, I'm going to make it go down, and we could double check. So a couple things there. It's already below the x-axis, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but it makes us feel good about our decision. But it's also going down where the other side of x equals 4 is going up. So I'm also going to switch that on the other side. So at negative 3, I'm going to let the left side go down, which we predict, and the right side go up. Okay, so we're just kind of picking points to kind of help guide us. So if we really wanted to be more precise, we'd just pick more points. And the best thing would be to pick them even closer to those domain problems. Because if you get further away, it doesn't even help. The problem here is that when we pick things close, they're still very close to our horizontal asymptote. So they don't really give us a good direction, but they give us enough to make some simple decisions here. Thank you.